Support for today's show comes from Grammarly. Grammarly has a free version that you can get as a Chrome extension, or there's a premium version that provides a lot more. Now, the Chrome extension is terrific. I used it for a couple of years, and it's only when I started writing books again that I started to look at upgrading to the paid version of the product, which is $100 for a year, if I recall correctly. Now, it works with almost everything, and it will help you with your writing. And frankly, from having read resumes for years, most of you don't write as well as you think you do. And one thing I discovered along the way is the use of commas has changed from the time I was doing a lot of writing until now. Grammarly will help you fix it easily. So again, use the link in the show notes and download the Chrome extension, or consider buying the premium version. Whichever way you go, you can't go wrong. Episode 2115 of No BS Job Search Advice Radio. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. I'll just simply say that the skills needed to find a job are different, but they're also complementary to the skills needed to do a job. By that I mean very simply, just because you can do the job doesn't mean you'll get an interview, doesn't mean you'll get hired. There's a different skill set to getting a job than actually performing the job. And I can't do what you do professionally, but most of you can't do what I do, and can't do it with the same ease that I do. And what I try to do through the podcast, through my YouTube channel, jobsearchtv.com, through a whole host of different things, including my coaching with people, is designed to help you perform at a high level professionally. Now, this isn't per se a job search show, but it's a professional protection show. And it talks about downloading your data from time to time from LinkedIn, just in case they shut it off. Hope you find this helpful. Hope you give, let's try that again. Hope you give No BS Job Search Advice Radio an honest review wherever you listen to the show, and we'll be back in just one moment. Green Geeks is the web host I use for my website, thebiggamehunter.us. I've used them now for a few years. They do terrific work, and I've worked with some of the larger, more well-known web hosts and hated the support experience. Green Geeks makes so much easy for me by handling things behind the scenes, I should say, so that I don't have to worry about them. Now, they're running a special through April. Translated, if you take a 3-year bundle, it's $249 per month amortized, which is nothing. And if you go for 1 year, it's like $495. So I like them a lot. I want to encourage you, if you have a website and you've been thinking about making a change, use the link in the show notes. It will change your experience of web hosting. And we'll be back in just one moment. For the longest time, and I've been a member 7564 on LinkedIn, so I've been using it for what seems like 100 years. For the longest time, you've been able to download your first level connections as a CSV file, and LinkedIn has taken away that ability. Now you have to make a request for an archive. I just want to make sure I have this language correct. An archive of your account. And as a result, within that archive are all your first level contacts. Now, they're going to send you a bunch of other stuff as well, including your registration information, a login history, email address history and statuses, account history, a name and information, including the current name on your account and any previous name changes, your first level connections, endorsements, a list of skills on your. They're going to send you all this crap that you don't want. But at the end of the day, what it also will include is your first level connections. One of the things that this suggests is that maybe at some point in the future, LinkedIn may take away the ability to do this, just as they've taken away the ease of being able to download the first level connections. Most of us have no interest in this other stuff, but we're going to get it anyway because that's what LinkedIn is telling us that they're prepared to do. So I'll simply say that they say they'll do it within 72 hours, and that's fine. Most of us don't need it. It's really our protection against a further policy change where LinkedIn says, we own this data entirely and you can't have it. You can use it on the site, but you can't have it beyond the site. And that may come at a later date and be as unannounced as this change was. So I would just simply say periodically request an archive of your account. So there's a notice that they have. Let me just see if I can point to it. I'm having trouble locating it. I'll simply say there's a way to request all this archived information from LinkedIn, and it'll come to you in 72 hours. Sorry, I can't locate it right now. So visit LinkedIn, download your data from time to time. I just think it's a smart move. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, I've got a lot that's in the show notes that will help you. Go there, take a look at some of the things I highlight. I know it can help you with your search. But I want you to do one thing for me, and that is put in your phone thebiggamehunter.us, Jeff Altman, my name. And when you need help, when you need advice, when you have a question, come over to the website, go exploring in the blog, contact me for coaching or because you have a question. I'd love to help you. In the meantime, I hope you have a terrific day, and most importantly, be great! Support for today's show comes from repurpose.io. Now, Repurpose is a great little tool, very inexpensive. Like if you want to take one feed like a podcast and convert it to YouTube or send it someplace else, it's like $12 for a month. If you want to do like 5 different things and create something, let's say a Facebook Live, and deliver it to LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram or IGTV, there's a whole host of ways that you can do this. And again, very inexpensive, like less than $21 a month. What I do is I create content daily and I deliver it all over the place daily. It is a breeze. They have great tutorials, terrific support. They make onboarding really easy. So again, use the link in the show notes. I think you'll find it a great little tool. And with that, let's get going.